the organization has formalized the broad outlines of its new regulations for the next edition of the Vendee Globe. The fundamental DNA of the race is preserved, a solo round-the-world race, non-stop and without assistance, and there will be a maximum of 40 skippers at the start. To qualify for the Vendee Globe 2028, two conditions are required: finish a major solo race, and perform well in the IMOCA Globe Series Championship ranking. These qualification criteria are designed to be more flexible but still emphasizes the sport aspect, but takes into account the various specificities of the different levels of projects. The 2024 race starts today. This will be a highlight which marks the beginning of an incredible adventure. But at the same time it marks a first step to be at the start of the next Vendee Globe in 2028. And in fact this 10th edition of the race is the first solo event offering points to be scored to qualify for the 2028 round-the-world race. The new qualification rules are based on the same guiding foundations, the fundamental principles of the race that has become legendary. The Vendee Globe remains a round-the-world sailing race, contested solo, non-stop and without assistance, passing the three legendary capes, Good Hope, Lewin, Horn. And, again as this year, the maximum number of entrants will be set at 40. All will compete on monohulls which comply with the rules in force for the IMOCA class. Note there is a desire to extend the life of the boats. Thus boats with a measurement certificate after January 1, 2005 will once again be able to be selected for the Vendee Globe 2028, just the same as for this 2024 edition. As announced last February, the objective is to also equip the entire fleet with oceanographic measuring instruments, selected by UNESCO, who lead the project. These sensors will evolve over the editions, to allow the collection of various data and their analysis by scientists from around the world. For this 2024 edition, the objective set was to equip 50% of the fleet. That objective has been achieved. There will be 25 skippers deploying oceanographic measuring instruments on November 10. At the same time, the aim is for boats to no longer use fossil energy to produce the electricity necessary for the operation of the devices on board, other than for safety reasons. Work in this direction will begin with the IMOCA to define the conditions to take up this challenge. For the second time, a 4-year qualification system will be put in place to participate in the next Vendee Globe. For 2028, there will be two conditions to meet to ensure qualification. The first consists of finishing ranked in a Grade 2 solo race of the IMOCA Globe Series Championship in a time not exceeding that of the winner increased by 50%. In addition, the skippers will score points each time they participate in the races of the IMOCA Globe Series Championship from the Vendee Globe 2024 until June 30, 2028. The number of points awarded will be more or less significant depending on the races contested. Round-the-world races, Vendee Globe and the Ocean Race, are classified as Grade 1 races over 2,500 miles, such as the Route du Rhum, the New York Vendee Les Sables d'Olonne or the Vendee Arctique Les Sables d'Olonne, are Grade 2 races between 2,500 and 1,000 miles as Grade 3 and races under 1,000 miles as Grade 4. At the end of the 4-year cycle, the 3 races in which the skippers performed the worst will be discarded from the final calculation. This means certain races need not necessarily be contested and therefore skippers can be away from the circuit for a given period, so taking into account different events that sailors may experience, such as maternity. Similarly, sailors who have been injured or suffer from an illness can make a recovery without compromising their chances of participating in the next edition of the Vendee Globe. Similarly, the idea is that international teams that want to carry out public relations missions for several months outside of France will not necessarily be penalized either. At the same time, the organizer will have 3 invitations or wild cards, which it can award at its discretion at the end of this qualification process. Alain Leboeuf, president of the Vendee Globe and the Vendee Departmental Council, is delighted with this new qualification system for the Vendee Globe 2028. It is the result of a concerted effort with all stakeholders. It was important to us that the sport aspect be valued, but at the same time taking into account some of the hazards that each skipper encounters. The diversity committee that we have set up has played its full part in this work, as have the major principles proposed by the IMOCA class. And so the qualification system begins Sunday, with the big start of the Vendee Globe 2024, the first step on a long road to the next edition. The qualification rules for the Vendee Globe 2028 include finishing a major solo race in the IMOCA Globe Series Championship in a race time less than or equal to that of the leader of the event increased by 50%. Be among the first 37 skippers in the points ranking. 3 invitations or wild cards may be distributed by the organizer.